Are you dealing with buzzing, ringing, really annoying sounds that are just constant and persistent in your ear? Today, I'm going to share with you 4 really impactful ways to permanently heal tinnitus. And I'm going to share with you the most commonly under-assessed, underdiagnosed reason why you might be dealing with buzzing, ringing in your ear. I'm excited to share with you these highly impactful ways to heal and permanently cure tinnitus. So if you're ready, let's dig into today's video. Welcome back, friends. So many of my followers and patients complain about tinnitus ringing in the ears that is persistent and constant and absolutely the most annoying symptom. So today we're going to dig into 4 resources, and my first is something that most doctors are overlooking, and that is ringing in your ear can be caused by low thyroid hormones. An imbalanced thyroid gland can cause the ringing in your ears. Now there's some specifics here because often symptoms of hypothyroidism or subclinical hypothyroidism can yield things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol. The high blood pressure might be causing patients to take diuretics, as well as medications like NSAIDs can actually cause tinnitus. But the most important thing is to address hypothyroidism. That's the term for a thyroid gland that is not functioning optimally. It is underperforming or underactive. So I'm going to share with you a few kind of things that I have available for you to use to address hypothyroidism. Number 1, my favorite herbal is an Ayurvedic blend that directly addresses a sluggish, low thyroid. The majority of your thyroid hormones are actually being produced by your liver, and this herbal will really directly promote that liver production and synthesis of T3 and T4 and the reverse T3. All of these values can actually turn around hypothyroidism. Now, another resource for you is to actually enroll in my Taming Your Thyroid course. Now, this is a very condensed kind of micro course. Now, this course was built specifically for individuals who are dealing with goiters, certain benign masses of the thyroid, or inflamed thyroids that can lead to an underactive thyroid or hypothyroidism and can cause the tinnitus. So if you are dealing with any type of goiter, and even if you have the rubber tube kind of look to your neck, and usually there'll be 2 lines and it's puffy in the middle, that is definitely a course I would recommend you check out. I'll provide a link down below for that. And another resource for you is my digital download. This is a protocol for individuals with hypothyroidism. It can often save an appointment with me if you want to download that on my website. And again, I'll post a link down below. Now, the second thing that we need to do is to address and treat brain inflammation. Yes, I said that, and that is something that's not often associated with tinnitus, but our brains are inflamed. This is usually related to gut imbalances and systemic inflammation and influences of a sluggish liver. But importantly, low-grade brain inflammation can have a direct influence on our auditory cortex. Now, the auditory cortex is in the middle of your brain, and it's registering sounds. Now, what happens with tinnitus, the nerves around signaling to the auditory cortex and the neurons are often unregulated, overstimulated, and inflamed. So let's talk about ways to reduce brain-related inflammation. Number 1, I love to utilize foods specifically to help heal the body, heal the brain, and lower inflammation. These are the things you have to avoid if you are dealing with tinnitus. And I know some of these might be a little challenging. Caffeine, alcohol, gluten, dairy, sugars, and inflammatory foods like inflammatory fats that are coming from vegetable oil, canola oil, and even some seed oils as well. So make sure you're reading the back of your food, the labels with the ingredients, and avoid foods like that. I'm excited to share with you, I work with a lot of patients that need neurorejuvenation. And I have a lot of resources we can throw at this low-grade inflammation you might be experiencing in your brain. Lion's mane is an amazing, powerful, functional mushroom that has proven clinically researched capacity to turn over nerve and neuron cells and lower inflammation in the brain. Lion's mane is a brain-specific adaptogenic functional mushroom that I adore and recommend all the time. Now, the other thing that I recommend is reishi. This is another functional mushroom that also has neuroprotective capacity and the ability to turn over cells that are dysfunctional. And that is very powerful when we're dealing with nerves that might be out of regulation or are firing in improper ways. And that is what is causing the noise in your ears. Now, research has also showed that full spectrum magnesium supplementation can lower brain inflammation. In fact, magnesium lowers all types of inflammation, and we also have over 600 enzymatic reactions that need magnesium. So the magnesium I recommend is Magnesium 7 by Organics. This is a powerful combination of magnesiums that are going to help lower systemic inflammation in your body. The dosing for tinnitus, I recommend a double dose in the morning and a double dose in the evening. A double dose is 250 milligrams times 2, which is 500 milligrams in the morning and the evening. And before you say, oh my gosh, that's too much, the assorted types of magnesium in Magnesium 7 are not going to cause diarrhea. The harmful magnesiums that I really don't like to recommend in a lot of supplementation that causes digestive grief, these are bioavailable, super active, and are going to help lower all levels of systemic inflammation. Generally, patients that do that in combination with these other resources will notice big changes in as few as 3 to 5 days. Another powerful brain anti-inflammatory is melatonin. Melatonin is getting a lot of research, so you might be hearing me talk a lot about it. I talked about it in this video, my long COVID treatment option video. Melatonin is a powerful anti-inflammatory, and in fact, our pineal gland needs production of melatonin to stay alert and alive. And folks who are monitoring their aging process, the pineal gland, when it becomes dysfunctional, it stops producing melatonin and it becomes calcified. Melatonin supplementation can help minimize that calcification and also lower brain inflammation. Also consider grabbing B vitamins, particularly a B complex that has vitamin B1, B2, and B6. These are pro-brain anti-inflammatory, and they are great for reducing stress, which is number 3, managing stress. Friends, stress and anxiety are an underlying element to the brain-related inflammation and that whole auditory cortex imbalance. So stress management is really critical, and I'm going to share with you a few resources here. One of my favorite stress management tools is using a compound of 2 barks. These 2 barks are trademarked as Relora. Relora is my favorite recommendation for lowering cortisol and stress levels. It just eases the way the stress affects our body, and it can ease anxiety. Another thing for anxiety, especially when it's emotional, I reach for Bach flower remedies. And these in our household, these pastels, they are delicious. They're these like little purple things, and we suck on them, and they help to alleviate emotional stress that can be causing stress. Now, I mentioned this herb for brain inflammation, but reishi is awesome for reducing stress. And in fact, Four Sigmatic's Reishi Chill is one of my favorite products for individuals to take at night to help lower inflammation levels and to help rejuvenate our brain matter and our brain cells, our neurons and our nerves, but also to just calm the central nervous system down. Most individuals who take reishi at night in this chill beverage will notice that over the course of a few mornings, they're not waking up with the noise, the buzzing, and just that annoying ring. Another awesome resource for stress management are CBD Gummies. Oh, I love these. These are new, out by my friends at 8 Labs. And these gummies are great for helping control stress. There is 0 THC in these babies, and CBD has some really good research in terms of the brain-oriented receptors to CBD1 and CBD2. So that is very powerful at just calming the system and reducing inflammation. Fourth and final, I want to share with you a homeopathic that is a go-to for all of us homeopathics when dealing with tinnitus, and it is Calcarea carbonica. This is the core homeopathic that I reach for when individuals are complaining about tinnitus. Now, there are an assortment of homeopathics that we can utilize for different types of noise profiles and even kind of the sound experience. If you're interested in me getting really specific with those lists of homeopathics for tinnitus, comment down below and let me know, and I'd be happy to do a video about that. So my question of the day for you is, how annoying is your tinnitus, and have you tried any of these resources that I've listed today? Particularly, is your thyroid imbalanced? I'd love to know, because I feel like so many clinicians and medical providers are completely missing the fact that an imbalanced and low functioning thyroid gland is a key leading source of tinnitus. And especially here on YouTube, nobody's talking about that. So I'm excited to share that with you today. If you love this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and look for another video coming out in a few days here on my channel. Have a great day, everybody.